Hey, it's Chris. Today I'm going to help you get the most out of your AirPods Pro, one of my favorite, most used Apple products of all time. So stay tuned for some ridiculously cool accessories, as well as some really useful tips and tricks. First things first, Freeform Unleashed, my brand new course, is out now. If you want to get the most out of one of Apple's greatest apps of all time, check that out. You can buy it individually, of course, or it's part of the Get It All bundle where you can get all of my courses for 50% off if you buy them all together. But it's out now. So if you already bought it, get in there, start checking it out. And if you buy it new today, then it's ready to go. Now, the thing about Pro AirPods is that they're super convenient, but you can make them even more convenient. One of the best things I ever did with my AirPods was set up a personalized shortcut so that when I put the AirPods Pro in my ears, I have a specific automation set up in shortcuts so that when I connect my AirPods Pro via Bluetooth, it will set the noise control to exactly how I want it. Could be transparency, could be noise canceling, but whatever it is, I can also go in and tweak that by location. So if I'm gonna be at home, that could be one setting. If I'm gonna be on the train on the way to work or something, that could be something else. If I'm at work, then I could have it tuned for meetings. So wherever I am, whenever I take these out of the case and put them in my ears, I don't have to even think about what the setting should be. It'll just automatically be whatever it is that I've pre-planned. So first you wanna create a new shortcut, you go into shortcuts, hit the plus, you do add an action. In the search bar, type in set noise control mode, select your AirPods Pro, select the mode, whether that's noise cancellation, off, or transparency, and then you need to specify the activation conditions. After you configure that action, go back to the main page in the Shortcuts app, select automation, tap the plus, scroll down, tap on Bluetooth, choose connects, select your AirPods from the list, and tap done. Then you can tap next after setting up that Bluetooth trigger, select the shortcut you just created, setting the noise control mode, and tap done. And the last thing I like to do is disable ask before running because I don't want it to ask me whether I want it to do it every time. I just want it to do it. Now, I like to use the stem controls as much as anybody for my AirPods, but sometimes my hands are full or I'm typing and I don't want to have to reach up. I just want to use my voice to change different things like the volume. So all you have to do to get this set up is make sure that HEYSIRI, I'm not gonna activate all your devices, is set up on your iPhone. And then you can just use your voice to do things like turn up the volume or play or pause. This is something that a lot of people forget that they can do. So don't forget about it. Make sure you have that setting enabled, and then you can say, hey, SIRI, skip this track. Very convenient. Now, maybe one of the best AirPods Pro tips I can give you is to listen to Pro audio, like Halcyon, for instance. If you have AirPods Pro, then you should pipe some Pro content in because Halcyon has the best music to get you through the day, very upbeat. And I gotta say, you haven't heard bass until you've heard some of this Halcyon music. Plus the content keeps you focused on how you can be grateful. Super duper, ridiculously high quality music and spoken audio to get you through your work week. Okay, now I want you to check out what's probably the coolest AirPods case in the entire world. It's called the ESR Pulse Flick Lock case. And what's so unique and crazy about it is that it has this drop-proof magnetic lid lock, which does a couple of cool things. Number one, you can easily open it one-handed, and you can be also assured that it's not gonna pop open when you drop it. It's very, very secure, that's for sure. So you just swipe the slider on the front and you get instant access to your earbuds, literally with just one hand. It's awesome. And on top of that, you can lay this down and charge it wirelessly. It's MagSafe compatible. Now it's true, I probably wouldn't even have known about this case if ESR hadn't sponsored the video, but I'm so glad they did because now that it's here, it's part of my permanent collection. And here's another cool case to consider, the ESR Cyber Tough case. Now, if all you care about is protection, then consider this, which is also MagSafe compatible as well, because not only does it look good, your status light remains visible, your charging port, your speaker covers, but it's tough beyond belief. Also, check out the cool little carabiner that comes with. That's handy too. And there's no arguing, that looks good. So both of these are linked in the description. All right, let's talk a little bit about conversation boost. I mean, we all know how annoying it is when you're in a noisy spot to not be able to understand what the person sitting across from you is saying. I can think about loud spots in the airport, maybe a particular restaurant. If you want to amplify what you're hearing from the person across from you, you got to turn on and use Conversation Boost, which you can do by going to Settings, Accessibility, Audio Visual, Headphone Accommodations, enable it, and then select Conversation Boost under that transparency mode. This is one of those things that is not enabled by default. So if you want to get extra mileage out of buried settings, this is one of the absolute best ways you can do that with your AirPods Pro. It's weird because I often think of my AirPods as ways to block out the world around me. So sometimes when I can't hear somebody, I'll take out my earbuds. But that's a habit that I've gotten out of because I can just have this conversation boost going and that really does work. Let's talk a little bit about spatial audio. I mean, this is one of the features that Apple really talks about a lot, and some people kind of don't like it, but actually I love it. I really like it. It really adds some flair and it really differentiates my AirPods from just regular non-Apple headphones, honestly. And I feel like part of the reason why that's the case, especially if I'm listening at my desk, let's say, is when I'm moving this around and it's staying kind of connected to the audio source. It doesn't matter if I'm watching some video content or listening to music. It just feels like my desk setup is coming to life in a way that it just doesn't normally. It's more dynamic. It's really cool. So spatial audio, that's one thing. Personalized spatial audio, now that's a whole different thing. To get it set up, you want to go to Settings, AirPods, Personalized Spatial Audio, and then follow those on-screen instructions to actually scan your ears. That's what happens here. That's why it's personalized to you, because it actually knows the contours of your ears. Now, this is another setting that is not on by default, so you gotta go in and set it up. So already, if you just take these out of the box, pop them in, and start listening to something, you're not getting the full AirPods Pro experience. So if you want a more realistic listening experience that's tailored to the unique contours of your ears in a way that's not just about the directionality of the sound like a lot of people think spatial audio is, because what it actually does is enhance the depth of your AirPods as well, then you have to turn on the personalized spatial audio. I love it. Now, I talked a little bit about the stems earlier. You can personalize the stem controls as well. Though there's nothing wrong with the default settings, you're not stuck with them. If you would rather that a double or single press does something else, you can go in and customize that. The way to do that is to go to Settings, Bluetooth, select your AirPods, customize the press and hold action for each of the stems. As I've lived with these, I've come to appreciate them more and more and more. Partially just for their inherent capabilities. Like, these are solid, convenient earbuds. But beyond that, these particular features that I've spelled out in this video have taken things past the finish line. They've gone above and beyond for me in terms of the performance that I can get out of these. And oftentimes I'll switch between my regular AirPods and these Pro here. And the Pro itself is such an upgrade over the others. Now, I like the regular AirPods because they're so light. That's what they are. They're light and convenient, and they sound okay. But when you combine the noise isolation with the ear tips here and all these extra features, these have really become one of the most delightful and surprising products in Apple's lineup for me, bar none. So if you're not on the AirPods Pro train yet, now's your chance to get in. I'll link them up down below so you can check out the best price. Also, these great accessories, check out the tips, implement this stuff to get the most out of your AirPods Pro experience. Don't forget to check out Halcyon. That's an instant upgrade just on the content front right there for sure. And check out the new course, Freeform Unleashed. Absolutely will upgrade all of your Apple devices, from your iPhone to your iPad to the Mac. Even though I demonstrate everything on the iPad, it easily works with all of those devices. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.